Do I
About as
remember how
smart
to
as
do
I am
this?
to be 30.
I remember how to do this. I think I remember how to do this. Hi peeps, Cara Sophia here, and we are playing. What are we playing? We're playing Misty Fortunes and Absent Hearts. Yes, D&D for beginners in partnership with Dirty 20 Gaming. And let's see here. So I know it's been what 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that since our session 0. Our first session, so our newbies might not remember anything about anything, which is perfectly fine. We are building up to this slowly. The point is to get a feel for the game, and then we'll worry about mechanics, and then we'll worry about rules and limiters, and then we'll worry about, all the arcane stuff. But, so, to help us remember where we are in the Moonsea region of Faerun, which is sort of one of the official worlds for Dungeons and Dragons for by Wizards of the Coast. And we're in the area of poor beleaguered Flan, which at this point is being ruled by a dragon, a nasty dragon at that. And we are there have been mists arising in the area and strange things going on and people going missing and strange monsters emerging from the mists and things like that. And so a couple of our heroes had heard in who were in Flan had heard about some hunters going missing and some people that were really worried and not having anything better to do. They went out and was like, okay, fine, we'll go look into it. And they headed over to the Crossing Inn on the, I've forgotten the name of that river, but it's okay, nobody cares. There, where they arrived kind of in the middle of a meeting, sort of a community meeting of all the locals, and where they were very concerned about a bunch of thefts that had happened just the night before and seemed to involve a nomadic family of entertainers who were camping just across the river. And, well, that might or might not have, but it was definitely something strange, and the people were all exercised about it. And we picked up the remaining two characters there at that inn. And it's like, okay, let's go check into this. Let's see what we've got. And there were five, yes, five. And there were five family members that had were accused of having stolen various different things and made off with them. And the party went off after the eldest of them, who had seemingly attacked the cook's assistant in the kitchen, stolen a bunch of good, high quality culinary herbs, and made off. And our team went and sort of followed the track into the quivering forest, where they discovered that, well, they met up with a troop of elves that were not behaving quite rationally, and that was very strange. And then shortly after dealing with them, but they didn't have anything to do with the old man, it didn't seem. So shortly after that, they came across this nice chatty old woman, very sweet, uh, who did seem to have their errant old man. And she said her name was Jenny Greenteeth. And some of the locals who are aware of the history of Flan um, get to smite on every attack. No, Amy. Anyways, where was I? Oh yes, who know the history of Flan would know that Jenny Greenteeth was one of the signatories hundreds of years ago between the Quivering Forest and the city of Flan. That the people of Flan would stay out of the forest, and the forest would not attack the city. It all seemed very good. She, however, had been out and about because she'd had some disturbing dreams, and she came across this old man who was begging her for help and assistance, and had offered her these herbs to try and win her favor. And oddly enough, she returned the old man to you guys with basically all you had to say was you were looking for the truth. and returned back with the old man who his daughter-in-law, I forgot. It's all the generations. Anyways, she was missing, and she was a seer who had portended that had seen that terrible things are coming, and so the family was out trying to gain powerful allies in order to protect protect them and protect the areas from these terrible things that were coming. But no details about what the terrible things are. But that's okay. You'll find out. Okay, so back in Roll20 here. Um, we are going to start off with a quick refresher of the tools and stuff in Roll20. We've got our chat where we can chat here. Now, there's one thing I want to teach you about chat right now. So below the chat box in Roll20, you will see an as and a name with a drop-down box. If you let me see. If you change that, now there's a whole bunch of stuff you have access to, area of effect templates, which because they start with numbers are always at the top. But if you start like typing the first letter of a character name, if you have that set there, then when you type, you can see it will use the token or the image of that particular character. And you will also notice, now I have it not set, if you go to the gear on the top right toolbar above the chat thing, and if you look at audio and visual, or audio and video, sorry, audio and video, and under video display, you can change the size of the player or avatar size, or you can change it to names only. And if someone has that setting set as their character, you can see that their avatar will appear in their box. Yes, and you can see Amy changing hers. Amy now looks like one of the various area of effect templates. Because those are always fun. Oh, and here, let me give another, let me put something else that, let's see, let's do let's let everyone know about needle blight. So I will show needle blights to players. So if you want to, you could change your image so that you could look like a needle blight. I know it isn't actually a sheet, that's fine. So everybody could look like a needle blight if they wanted to. I think.
I don't see it.
Oh, okay. Show to. Right, let me change that.
I just have the AoEs and
edit.
animations.
Okay, in players can be edited and controlled by all players. Let's try it that way. You all could play a needle blight if you wanted to. There we go. So that's one of the little fun things about Roll20. And then looks tired and thinks a short rest would be nice. We're gonna actually do a long rest. So yes, we're actually gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna go back to setting it to names only. I'm not gonna rejoin as player. I don't need to do that. Okay. So, a reminder that we've got the journal, which is where you're going to find your character sheets. And we are going to start off with we are going to talk about rests right off the bat. Ills woot and then winces. So if you open your character sheets, now let's see. Some of you have character sheets in D&D Beyond. Let me open one of those. What did I do with my notes? I've closed my notes because that's what Karases do. Karases are very talented that way. Alright, let me get up. I'll get Tom's character up. Come on. Yes, go to it. And I shall open Enigma's character sheet in Roll20. Ichabod Blaze. Alrighty. So, if you look, I thought they changed it so that oh yeah, there is. This. Okay, so in the Roll20 sheet, right below there's a section of characteristics that you may or may not have filled out. There's a short rest button and a long rest button. And in Roll20, I mean in D&D Beyond, the buttons are here somewhere. You know, I should have looked this up beforehand, but I assumed I knew because I just played out of D&D Beyond just yesterday.
They're at the top of the sheet.
It must be because it's not my sheet. I shall open up one of my sheets. Yes, they're at the top of the sheet. Thank you, Emerdorn. There is a short rest button and a long rest button. Now, a short rest is usually when the group feels like they can take an hour out of out of the in-game time, and you can get some benefits. You can heal some of your hit points by each character has what are called hit dice, which is based on your level, and you could roll those during a short rest in order to add health in. Some classes also regain various resources, and if you look in your various um, features, and I had it open and I've already closed it because I'm just not that smart. If you look in the lower section below where it has the short rest and long rest, you can see a bunch of your abilities, and some of those will say you can do certain number of things per short rest. It resets at short rest, or it resets at long rests. So now that's just an hour though. However, D&D's got this weird D&D 5th edition has this weird quirk that if you take a long rest, an 8 hours, which you can only do once per day, it resets everything. You get all of your spell slots back. You get all of your health back. You get up to half of your hit dice back that you've spent in short rests. So it basically resets all of the stuff, and it takes off a level of exhaustion if you have that in a bunch of these are words, I know. So we are going to say that after you got back with the old man, you're going to get a long rest, which is going to reset your health. Reset spell slots, which I know we haven't really talked about. And it's going to reset your abilities. And I don't think we did any short rests to gain things, so we don't have anything about hit dice to get back. Now, if you click the right now, if you click the button, the tools will automatically do it for you. They will reset the stuff for you, which makes it really easy. You don't have to think, okay, which things do I need to go through? Okay, this I've got these types of points. Okay, I've got to do this, and it does these types of points, and I've got to do this, and it's like both of the tools, they know it's programmed in what a short rest and a long rest do. So all you have to do is click the button, and poof, you've had a rest. Okay, so we are back at the. Let me get this back up. Yes, only half of the hit dice. Exactly, Amy. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I was kind of disappointed. I think that might be an alternate rule. It might be all of the hit dice under many circumstances, but yeah, it's a little overpowered. So we don't, it's you got to limit it somehow. There's a thing built into the game called balance.
Yeah, it's sort of there.
Yeah. Okay, so you've come back to the crossing in, or at least the area of the crossing in, or the campsite where the Gurr family was with the old man. Presumably you're gonna turn the old. Actually, I should ask: are you going to turn the old man over to the locals?
If they don't stop me.
I vote yes.
Deku, you have a
Merlin does think he should be turned in. However, he hasn't brain, please. he hasn't developed a very high opinion of the local guards, so he was
One of
going
whom
to
is in your
probably.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gee, I wonder why. Anyway,
Seagull's a guard.
yeah, sure. What's your brain?
Love
Oh,
it.
please. Um, has not developed a high opinion of the guard and was thinking of proposing some kind of house arrest by placing the old man in his camp, however, taking the horses and uh, housing them in a stable somewhere away from the camp, so he can't get away that easy.
You had me at taking the
Get away
horses and
that
lost
easy.
me at housing them somewhere else. You had me at taking the.
If not his own camp, then maybe in the Crossing Roads Inn, where he can be contained.
Okay. That is certainly an option.
I'm cool with turning him in. It's
To the guard.
And you're about to head back out to presumably to go after one of the other family members. You can find somebody you trust and exact a promise from them that, he's just an old man. Don't hurt him till we get back. Let's get the others and let's get this thing straightened out.
Yeah, I was thinking that we could spin it like he's a senile old man. His granddaughter probably
He's dangerous. He
got some
attacked the
religious.
cook's assistant.
Seagull's just
Yeah,
out to hand him over to the people
uh,
that want the family back. The people that
another
brought them
thing,
in.
Merlin would have been asking him about the herbs he used. So I don't know if you want me to roll another medicine check or if the 21 I rolled last time will carry over. But could I use that to determine when the cook will wake up?
I think you asked him that, if I recall correctly, which Karases do not have great memories, so I might not remember correctly.
I just
Um,
watched the VOD, so
so you would remember better than I
um
would. Um,
yeah, before we left,
he
there
should
was a
wake up.
medicine check.
Yeah, he should wake up in by morning, I think. Let me double check. Where did I put my?
Yeah, because
Aha! Here's where I put my references.
I was hoping to at least what's the word? Assuage the villagers' concerns about the curse.
Assuage,
Like
huh?
it's not a curse, it's just a drug overdose. The cook will be fine. Maybe pull a little pull a little priestly whatever and like then spin it. He's just an old man that went overboard trying to please his granddaughter.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. You're right. It is his granddaughter. Thank you.
yeah. I think if we just turn him into the um town guard and have them lock him up until he can get a fair hearing, then he should be fine. I mean, certainly don't want to just turn him over to the regular townsfolk. I mean, they'll tear him apart. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see. I know that there's corruption, but I don't see them harming him. The
They have
guards, that
not
is.
gotten to the point of being a ravening mob. That is true.
Yeah. So I think he'll be
Okay,
safe in the
so
hands of the guards.
Okay, so you're going to take him clear back to Flan then, or are you going to?
clear back to Flan where he can be turned into the authorities.
They're not gonna give a shit about him.
So let's assume that the old man is, if you find it highly entertaining, and this is one of the things about, realism versus, what are we actually doing here? Sometimes a group really does enjoy talking about the nitty gritty of the small details, and then it's fine to spend an hour or two or a whole session nuances like that. I've had games where talking about moral ambiguities and assessing motives of others around is fine. Or you can fast forward and say, okay, we've taken care of that, and we're going to go on to the next thing. I don't think that's my computer making that noise.
I've had a party quibbling over gold, like a few gold in a high level one shot. It
You
was
know,
kind
one
of
shot, so it's going to go away by the end. You're not going to play
Yeah.
the character again. Oh, I love it. But we're here to have fun, and so if that is what is entertaining, squabbling over a few gold, then that is what you want to do. So that's the level of things to be. I don't know, that was meta. Okay, we'll go back into the game now after we've been meta.
Yep.
So, are we going to find somebody here that we find reputable to take the old man back to Flan, or are we going to hold him here while we go gather? And there were only four total family members. While we go gather the other 3 family members.
I would assume that there are some town guards from Flan that are kind of in this area. We're so probably within their purview of what they patrol.
Yep. If we
we
need
don't
them,
care
we've
about
got
the
them.
reputable part.
I'm sorry. Say that again, please, Amy.
We don't care about the reputable part. I see. I'm just assuming the guard's all corrupt.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
they
they-
are still guards under. We're kind of. I've forgotten the dragon's name, but anyways, yeah.
Yeah, corrupt. I don't see
Morgantarax,
them
something like
being being malicious murderers. Yeah, killing a helpless man. I don't see them being that corrupt.
Okay. Well, especially since
Yeah,
I mean
he's
we have
more
a
likely
good.
to rot in a jail cell.
My Twitch title and game are reflected. Ah, thank you, Shaylin. Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Oh, lunchtime lunch crap. Yeah, that's definitely what we're doing.
Yeah. Let me fix that. Thank you.
Hi, Shay.
Oh, let's see here. I have Stream Manager up somewhere.
There's
All
a
right.
group. There's a group collab idea. We could build the town of Flan.
Oh god.
That's an idea.
All right, let me edit the stream information. This
I know only half the
is
group is whitelist on that server.
Fortunes and well, thank you for the lurk, Shaylin. See, this is why you need to have an audience, is to tell you when you've forgotten something. Misty Fortunes and Absent Hearts.
I think we've forgotten some realms.
D&D for... I don't need the go live notification to update the go live notification. This is not Minecraft, this is Dungeons and Dragons. See, guys, I've got to get to my health to the point where we can play every single week so that I can actually do these things.
Yep.
Looking forward to it.
Yes. Alrighty.
And so you can do the lunchtime live craft streams too.
And so that I can do lunchtime. Yeah, that's been more meetings lately. But yes, and in any case, yes, we want to do lunchtime livecraft, definitely. Alrighty, so back to where we are. We are going to get one of the guards who's patrolling in this area that we think that we're willing to trust, and we're going to have them take. So Sigler, we're going to have them take them back to Flan, or are we going to keep them here until we get the other 3?
Are there, like, is there a jail or at the very least a drunk tank where we can stick this old man? Somewhere nearby?
No. However, if you talking with the innkeep, it's like, well, we can manage something down here, and we can manage something here.
Merlin is willing to pay for a room to keep any members of the Gurr family as they collect them until they can be transported to prison.
That little private jail.
Yeah, let them know some comfort before they get carted off to wherever the fuck they're going.
Yeah, and well, if you're gonna do it that way, then absolutely we shall make sure I've got this room just right here. We can keep an eye on them, and we can make sure that he doesn't escape, and he's ready here as you gather the rest of his family. Absolutely.
So a room for like 5 people? Because there's 5 members of this family, yes?
There's yes, including the granddaughter. Yes, there are 5 members total. There are 4 that were thieves and 1 that was missing that we want to gather up. Okay, so I would for 2 gold, I will even give them some food.
Very well. Merlin pays 2 gold.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, I think we can do this. And there are some people over at the table there that are kind of grumbling and all that, but the innkeep can just give them a
Merlin's
stern
going to
look
talk.
and go ahead, please.
Merlin will talk to them and tell them that it's just a drug overdose. It's not a curse. The cook's assistant will wake up by morning or whatever, and he will say that the shield of Helm protects all, regardless of their crimes, because justice is for Tyr. Helm is a watchman, and he would have promised Papa protection, and he doesn't appreciate people that breaks his promises for him.
Ooh, love it. There's gonna be a little few sidewise looks and a little bit of leaning over. It's like, okay, yep, yep. And there's a paladin right behind you, and it's like, okay, yes, of course, we can keep ourselves civilized and under control. Yes, absolutely. You can count on us.
Good. Uh, some questions. I guess.
Okay.
The elves' short swords. Nobody picked those up. I don't think. We just talked about the longbows and the arrows. And
If you wish to have looted the elf bodies of everything, you can have looted the elf bodies of everything.
well, we only killed the one,
That's true.
or Adric killed the one. The other 3 were subdued and tied to a tree.
Yes,
Yeah,
but if
but we
you
But
wish,
confiscated their weapons at least.
yeah, if you could, yeah, you would
yeah.
have confiscated their weapons, so you can definitely say that they have their swords as well.
And we also have those weird necklaces made out of a purple wood. Would anyone in town or the inn know what that material is, or what the emblem is? Excuse me.
The jeweler would. The jeweler would and says, "Well, you can let me take a look at it while you go out after my jewels." Wasn't that one of the?
I was
Yes,
saying we
there's
should do
also
that
a
first.
child out there missing in the Vanishing Hills
All right,
alongside a couple hunters.
all right, all right, all right. Looks at it and says, "Well, it's a little bit unusual. I don't know if it has any special properties. It has. I mean, I've seen it used in some jewelry. It does come from a tree. I think it comes from a tree right here in the Quivering Forest. Um, well, I
A
don't know beyond
special
that.
tree or a common tree?
It's a special tree in the Quivering Forest.
Okay.
I think, but I mean, it's pretty rare. Usually, I mean, you do see it in some elven jewelry, but it's not anything I've dealt with.
So you do not recognize the emblem.
No, I do not recognize the emblem.
Hmm. Very well. That's one thing. I guess the only other question Merlin has would be for Aya the mage who got the wand stolen. Uh, all we know is that it is a wand of fire, but Merlin wants to know what is it capable of And could it make what looks like falling stars or whatever that report was? What was it?
So the mage is here, kind of an elegant elven woman named Aya, and she goes, "Well, I mean, it's my wand. I mean, whatever powers would come out of it would come from the wielder, which I would be surprised if anyone other than me could do much with it. Um, I would have to make myself another one, and it's terribly awkward to do that. I suppose you could. Yes, I suppose they could. Da, 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 da.
The report calls them
Yes.
blazing stars falling from the sky above the hills.
I don't think you could easily do that with it. I think. I mean, at most you could cast some a cantrip, perhaps. I mean, you could. It does have an affinity for fire. It could do some things with. I mean, if you had a person with natural affinity to it, you could probably even get fireball or wall of fire out of it. But for the most part, you'd get, well, pyrotechnics maybe. I don't think. No, nothing at the cosmic level. I mean, yeah, nothing at the cosmic level of falling stars and so forth. No, I wouldn't think so. Unless you had a seriously deranged demon or something wielding it.
Mhm.
Okay.
So one of
I
those kids I see running around Flam, huh?
Say that again, please, Amy.
So one of those kids I see running around Flam, huh? Seriously deranged demon.
Yes, Amy. We're talking a major powerful demon, maybe Grest or something like that.
Oh, his sister-in-law.
Oh.
Mother-in-law.
Okay.
Okay. So what other questions do you have here before we head out? So it sounds like you're going to go after the kid next.
Merlin would. That would be Merlin's suggestion. Yes.
Seagulls wants to go
Question
after
though.
the ghouls.
Were we supposed to click the long rest button?
Yes, please. We're going to
Okay.
say you spend the night before heading back out again. Yes.
Oh, cool. My spell slots are back. Neat.
Yep. Okay. Enigma, I don't think I've heard you chime up in a while.
I've just been listening.
Ah, yes, I did hear you chime up. You've got the voice modulator on.
Oh, is it on?
Yes.
What?
Very dramatic, yes. Our wizard has a very wizardy, commanding voice. Love it.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Very brooding.
All right. So next morning you get some breakfast. Are you ready to head out?
Yes.
I believe so.
Me as well.
Yep. All right. If we have to.
Well, you don't have
We can
to.
go-
You can go off and play with pixies under the trees if you like, but
That's not the real thing either. She's
If
got the rogue
sorry.
is holding some stuff over her head, so
okay.
If Merlin sees Sigil acting reluctant to go after this child, he will suggest going after the gemstones next, after we see what's going on in the Vanishing Hills.
and Siegel's expression notably brightens.
Okay.
He'll try to withhold a contemptuous glare, but just focus on the mission at hand.
Okay. So you're gonna head up into the Vanishing Hills, heading up along the river. Alrighty. So as you head further up into the hills, the further you get up there, the weather gets noticeably worse. You are getting frigid winds and this just clinging fog with the chill that gets into your very bones. Um, you can see as you get further in, you can see what was meant by some of the flickering lights and occasional bursts of fiery light, and that's clearly visible further up the slopes. And there's a thick layer of ice covering the paths in front of you, making it quite slick. There are these thistle bushes along the sides of the path as you go up that have these sort of bright red flower heads that somehow these plants have managed to survive the cold and are blooming through it. Okay, so as you're going to make your way up, let's take a quick peek. Okay, no, I don't move you to the map yet. All right. So, talk to me about how you are proceeding here through this frigid landscape and up the hills and up this steep hill.
I have a question about the terrain.
Ask.
Are there plants that have withered due to the cold? Like, is it recent? Can we tell if the cold just came in, or has it been here for long?
Okay, go ahead and give me a survival, either a survival or a nature. Actually, with that question, probably a nature check that would be in your list of skills.
Yes, nature.
Speaking of dogs barking, and I
Well,
can't just
that's a
read my
1.
mic. Yes, that is a 1.
Great.
Well, you aren't sure. Things seem pretty darn cold, and you feel pretty darn cold. And the plants that you see, other than these with the fire red flowers, any other sort of plants you see look like they're sort of huddled in and cold, just like you feel.
Oh, that matches. It adds up.
Adric would like to look for tracks, so that give me a survival check, please.
Can Merlin roll survival as well?
You absolutely can.
Siegel,
Ouch.
Siegel will help to give one of them advantage.
Okay. So Seagulls sees that Adric doesn't know what he's doing and helps Merlin. Merlin, go ahead and roll again to get advantage.
Oh.
And advantage. So what advantage means is you get better the chance. So it'll roll twice. There is a button on your sheets that you can roll on D&D Beyond. If you use the shift button before you roll, it'll turn into a green plus. And if you do I think it's the alt button or option button on Max, if you do it, it'll turn to a red minus, which is disadvantage. And so advantage or disadvantage. Advantage, you roll 2 of the d20s and you take the highest. Disadvantage, you roll 2 d20s and you take the lowest. And so it kind of weights your abilities to do this. So with an 18 survival check, you absolutely can tell a couple of things about this. So you do detect some small footprints heading up. Might still be sore from yesterday's fight. And you don't like the cold. You do see, kind of on the edge, you see a place where what looks like a small footprint had kind of slid a little bit. Uh, and so you can tell that it does look like that this path is the direction that the kid was going. Those flower heads also kind of catch your attention as being something different. So,
How different?
well, it looks almost instead of just being a nice flower with the flower petals, and sometimes they've got the stamen with a little bit of pollen and stuff on them. The pollen looks kind of different. The pollen looks like it might be reactive of some sort.
Merlin will share this information and suggest not screwing with it until we get the kid back. And we can fuck around later. But otherwise, he will follow the tracks and just make a mental note of that for later.
Okay. As you start going up the hill, it gets really steep and starts, and you kind of switch back to head up this really steep patch. I'm gonna need folks to give me athletics checks as they try and get up there because this is really slick ground and we want to see how difficult is it for you to get up there.
Normal roll?
Normal roll. All right, so we have a 13, a 9, a 16. Oh!
Oh my god.
Merlin makes this
The
look
wizard.
easy.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. Merlin just
It's
sort
my
of
big old bird toes. I've
I
got the uniform claws.
know. All right, so unfortunately for Merrick, though, Merrick slips and goes sliding down and slides right into a bush of these red things. And let's see. And you've
Oh, who
got
could have
them
seen that coming?
stuck. You have like 3 of them stuck like burrs to your clothing.
I don't suppose any of us could have used our reaction to help him before he rolls into the bush.
Well, what do you propose you might do as a reaction? Would you want to try and reach out and grab him as he goes sliding by?
Sounds like
Yeah,
a dexterity save.
yeah.
I would allow
I
that
would
as
say reflex. Or just
yeah,
doesn't
yeah. So I'm thinking of either a dexterity save for how fast you react, maybe a combination of a dexterity save for how fast you react, and if that's high enough, then another athletics check for strength to grab him and hold on to him. So let's go ahead and
And
do
not
that.
go into the bush with him.
Yeah, that could be good. So give a
No
dexterity.
reason to join me.
Say that. Yeah, join you. So with a dexterity save of 16, I think that will give you enough to sort of grab at him. You react quickly enough to grab at him. So give me another athletics. Oh yes, never mind. So as Mirek, as you go sliding by, Merlin reaches out and manages to grab you, wrenches your shoulder a little bit, but you do not actually slide into the bush.
Oh, thank you there. That could have ended badly.
You're welcome. Can I just say though, maybe the bush, he just brushes against the bush just barely enough to make the pollen shimmer in a very concerning way, but not
You
actually.
can, and as you grab him and pull him away, right after you've gotten his foot out of the way, the flower head explodes.
Oh,
Explodes.
my allergies.
Explodes.
Oh dear.
Yes,
Oh
actually
dear.
explodes.
Oh dear.
But you got his foot out of the way in time, so you definitely know what it does. It looks like gunpowder.
I could take it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Merlin seems skeptical, but is not willing to challenge it.
So as you go up past
Um,
the switchback and you continue up, I'm going to have you do another round of athletics checks as you get there.
That's what I thought yesterday with that fight with those thugs.
Now we're gonna figure out if I can actually take it.
So actually, I'm going to ask. Uh-oh, this time it's Merlin who falls and slides. All right, so who have we got? We have Adric,
Oh
Merlin,
dear.
Merrick, Enigma. Oh no!
Oh no.
And who are we missing?
Rolling again.
Yep,
Sigil?
we're doing a second roll.
Hey.
All right. So this time, as we go up and around, Merlin slips so badly that he slides and he runs into Enigma, and the two of them slide off the path and down and into a bush.
Can I take my
Uh,
reaction
Yes, you absolutely may.
to attempt to save them now that I have my footing?
Them. Okay, let's do this. So give me first a dexterity save.
Can I help and give advantage to this roll?
Do you want to do that, or do you want to try and catch the second one? I'm only going to let him catch one of them, probably.
I'll try to catch.
Really
I'll try to
badly.
catch the other one.
Okay, so each of you give me dexterity saves to see how fast you react. 16. You'll definitely catch one. Oh, okay. So,
Um,
Mirek,
can
you will
I
catch. Go ahead, please.
can I push Enigma closer to the others and like forfeit any forfeit saving myself in order to give Enigma this chance to stay the hell out of those flowers?
With the 3 you got earlier, I'm going to say no. You're
There.
Yep. No, that's the luck was not with you. You are just doing this. All right. So, Adric flails around trying to grab for Merlin and misses, where Mirek manages to get a hand on and grab at Enigma. So, if you would please go ahead and roll another athletics check, Mirek, to see if you manage to catch. Oh dear, an 8. Okay, so you are fast enough to catch him, but you do not actually manage to catch him, and both of them slide off into a bush. Roll d3. Let's see, actually, let's do it this way. 3.
Toughen up, guys.
Let's see, Merlin. 3. And Enigma. 3. So. Oh, I'm still a needle blind. Oops. Okay, Merlin, so you've got 2 of the flower heads stuck like burrs onto your clothing, and Enigma has 1. They need to be like one of the Keystone Cops. Let's see, who do I want to be here? I'll be a mob of villagers. Metaphorical popcorn. Yep, definitely. Okay, so what are you gonna do now? So, you've
I'm
slid into
guessing
it.
trying to
You have some of these on there.
start.
Somebody give a nature check to see, okay, who knows what to do now that these things are sort of stuck to them.
I feel like trying to brush these off is a bad idea.
I have
Brush 'em off.
discovery I could use.
You have,
Damn it! I
say
keep
again,
forgetting.
please?
I have guidance. I
I
could
have,
be adding a D4 to this.
I have a discovery ability from my background as a hermit.
Oh, so you want to see if maybe this obscure piece of knowledge is what you happened to have learned?
Yeah, as from my isolation from the society I lived in.
I like the idea. However, it's not that hard of a check, and I'm going to give it to Merlin with the nature. So save that thought. I love the way you're thinking about that with your background. So Merlin, if you can pluck them off very carefully. If you try just brushing them off, they are going to explode. But if you pull them off very carefully, almost like you were pulling a tick off, and setting it down very gently and moving away, you would be able to do it. But you need to do it quickly because it's going to explode if you just leave it there.
Does this require an ability check?
One flower head can be removed with an action and a nature check. So it's going to require another check to go ahead and pull it off. Really? That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to say let's use a sleight of hand. Let's use sleight of
Can I
hand
guidance?
as the skill check. Absolutely, you can guidance this.
Let's
Um,
see.
And
we,
so you, go ahead, please.
I was gonna say, would you like the rogue to help with this sleight of hand check to try to pull these off?
Absolutely. And you can only pull off one at a time, and Merlin's got two on them, so you're going to need a bit of haste here getting these things off and away from them.
Okay.
That's guidance. So
Mhm.
if can I cast it on Adric so he can add 1d4
Yes,
to his check? Because I'm assuming the rogue has better dexterity than I do.
probably. Yes, you can absolutely cast that on Adric.
All right. So here's the first one. Now,
No issues. That one comes off and gently goes to the side.
This guidance can stay up for like 10 minutes, I think.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Concentration up to 1 minute.
Oh, 1
second,
minute.
second one.
Okay, so you're taking them off of Merlin. Who's taking the
Yes.
one off of, okay, so you're easy. Who's taking it off of Enigma? Enigma,
I
are
will
you going
give
to
it a
try it?
try.
Okay. Okay, go
I
for
have a
it.
decent multiplier, or a
Go for it.
14.
14 will do it. Okay. Although the second one that Adric does, just as he's setting it aside, it explodes and it singes your fingertips just a little bit. Because you took time to do two of them. Alrighty. Okay, so, but you do, after this, you do manage to make it up to the top of the cliff. And I have a map for this. Isn't this exciting? We love maps. Alrighty. So, your characters, I think I have your characters on here. I don't have your, oh yes, I do have your characters on here, are down here in the lower right-hand corner. I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? I'm missing Enigma. Why am I missing Enigma? Probably because I set this up before Enigma got his token to me. There we go. Wondering if maybe we could use the flowers as a weapon. Do you wish to try and harvest the flowers?
If we knew
Well,
what their trigger was.
well, they just seem very touch sensitive. So since you have a very good sleight of hand, maybe we
They
can.
also seem to activate just by separating from the flower. So
We could
And it,
take the entire flower.
I'm willing to give one a try.
okay.
If he's fast enough, he might be able to throw it away before it explodes.
Okay. We've had enough nature checks that what you think is you think that part of the trigger is taking it off of the stem. So if you take more of the plant, which somebody suggested here is a good idea, based on what you've seen with the explosions, these are going to do about 1d4 amount of fire damage.
All right. I will pull out my dagger and try to cut off a plant at the base.
if this idea happens within a minute of plucking the things off, then he still has guidance on him.
Yep.
Okay.
So
So go ahead and give me another sleight of hand check.
Point of order, you'd have to recast guidance because it's once before the spell ends. But
Well,
in the
if
situation,
we're still within the same minute and he hasn't used it yet, that would be fine.
oh yeah,
This, however, will work because the difficulty was 10. So this will work. So you are able to snip off part of the plant, and that part of the plant has 3 flowers on it.
nice.
Oh,
So
goodness
now,
gracious.
for mechanics purposes, you can use this similar to alchemist's fire. So if you want to put this, treating it cautiously, if you wish to put it in your inventory, you can either drag it from, if you have your sheet in Roll20, you can look up alchemist's fire, which I believe, yes, it's SRD, so everybody would have access to it. You would be able to drag it and drop it onto your sheet.
Okay.
And
Does anybody in particular want these, or would you like me to hold on to them?
Siegel will take a couple.
Well, we probably need to keep them together.
yeah.
If we pull them off the plant, they'll probably go boom boom.
Yeah,
Would
it'll take them, I think, because
would it be possible to attach them to the tip of an arrow?
That might be something we can try later.
Because in that case, maybe our archers should have it, or someone equipped with a
well,
bow.
the way it is now, it's something for those without bows to do before closing the gap.
Yeah,
How much?
I think they're more like. I think they'd be more like a hand grenade because pulling them off the plant and attaching them to an arrow would probably take too much time before they would explode.
Yeah, and you don't want the arrow going with the stem and not the explodey part.
Yeah,
Right.
I see now it has 20 to 60 feet of range.
Yeah, it's a
I thought it was just a localized explosion.
Well, the
It-
range is a thrown thing. That's how far you can throw it.
Oh,
You can throw
okay,
it-
okay.
You can throw it. So the two numbers, the first number is how much you can throw it with a normal thing. The second number is how far you could throw it with disadvantage. So anything up to 20 feet, you could just throw it normally. If you went like 30 feet, for example, you could throw it at disadvantage.
Okay.
It's exploding baseball, not a fire flower from Mario.
All right. I will cautiously put it in my backpack for the moment.
Okay. Okay.
And it's essentially 3 alchemist fires, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty. So at the top of the icy slope, you come out to kind of a flattish area, and you see a cave entrance, and are some patches of actual snow here that enable you to see, yes, footprints going in. Although, give me a round of perception checks. Let's see how good we are at perceiving the situation here.
Alright.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
I seem to be rolling all my rolls with advantage or disadvantage.
Okay.
How do I change that?
You are.
There's-
Are you rolling in Roll20?
Yes. Yeah. The app. I just have my character sheet open
The
and
D-
roll
There's
20.
yeah.
a gear next to this on
No, I think
top right underneath your bio info. There's core bio spells and a gear.
Yes.
When you click that, the second line in the right hand column, drop that. I use it
Ah.
toggle personally.
Yeah. I see.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you. Then I will roll perception. Well,
And when it shows both the numbers, if it's just a regular roll, you just take the first one.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Very concerned about the flowers exploding. Yes, and is very not paying attention. Alrighty. Okay, so this is great. Okay. So you are busy looking at my feet. Yes, you are. Okay, you've managed to get up to this kind of flat area. Somebody said, okay, I think that we're heading off to that particular entrance to the cave. And as you are doing that, let's see here. How do I do this? For one thing, I have to be on the correct layer. And
Should
so
we be moving our tokens?
you can start moving your tokens, and coming around sort of a pile is you hear a growl and there is a cat about to pounce. So let's roll some initiative. So to do that, select your token first and then click on your initiative button so it'll get you into the turn tracker.
Clicking on the token is the thing we usually forget.
Yep. I mean, I can get
Oh.
one there if somebody forgets the... Oh, I should change
Mob
my...
of villagers? Ice cat? Interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm the mob of villagers. Here, I'll be a nice cat.
Yeah.
which one is
Also-
the initiative token again?
So, which one is the initiative token? Where to roll initiative? On the
Yeah.
Roll20 sheet. Go ahead, please, Amy.
It's right above your hit point maximum on the.
Oh.
Um,
Yep.
Just
There
click
we
where it says initiative. Yeah.
Yep. 3,
And
4, 5. We're missing Enigma.
glancing at the token, I thought it was the Displacer Beast from Honor Among Thieves.
I don't think I would toss in a. Well, could I put a Displacer Beast against first level characters? I might. Alrighty, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still missing somebody. Enigma forgot to click the token first. So Enigma, I will add the turn in. Now you should be able to, where you have your turn in the turn tracker, you should be able to edit that 0 to the 5 that you rolled.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Although if Enigma wishes to let Merrick go first, it doesn't matter as long as everybody's in the same order. Oh, and my kitty cat
Yeah.
goes first.
Uh,
And
by by rules, it's higher dexterity takes precedence.
well, depends. That is one of the ways to determining ties. Some people allow player characters to go before NPCs. Some people it's DM's choice. Some people it's choice between the characters involved.
And sometimes it's a roll off.
And sometimes
Yeah.
it's a roll off. I seldom find it needs to go to that level. Usually it's pretty quickly. Rollies. So Enigma. Yes, yes, we have rollies. Okay, so Enigma, if you do you see the turn order list? Should have appeared on your screen. Enigma? I think you're muted if you're speaking.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
And you're muted on. Okay, there we go. Try again. Discord's not picking you up at all. So wherever you're muted, it's not in Discord. You might check
Okay,
your.
how about now?
There we go. Yes, now we can hear
Now
you.
we hear you.
I need to.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't see that little box thing. Did it change?
Okay, yes. So on yours, where it has the 0, you should be. Oh, yep, you did it. Perfect.
I just clicked on the
Alrighty.
wrong side. Sorry.
Okay, so my kitty cat gets to go first. Roar! And with a roar, it pounces on Enigma, as a matter of fact. And it is going to, let's see, if the cat moves at least 20 feet straight towards the creature and then hits it with a claw attack, it can be knocked, the target can be knocked prone. So yes, it is going to come pouncing. It's going to come roaring around this thing and pouncing on Enigma, and it is going to do the claw attack. And a 20 is going to, players do not get to, well, yeah, sure, absolutely. Amy, you may pet
Not
the
characters,
kitty.
players.
Oh,
I'm
players,
forced
not
to pet
characters.
it.
Players get to pet the kitty. Okay, so Enigma, I need from you a strength saving throw. As the if the kitty wants to pet you, absolutely.
Right, so just roll the strength.
Okay, so Enigma, let's for a strength saving throw. That is it. Right below the proficiency bonus is the saving throw section, and you want to click on strength. Oh, 18. So the kitty piles into you, but you are not knocked prone, and it's lying at your feet growling, and I believe it only gets one attack. Yes, it only gets one attack. However, Kitty Cat is not alone. There's more kitties for everybody else, too. Isn't this fun? So this kitty comes running up, and it goes at least 30 feet, so it pounces on Merrick. So, and attempts a claw attack. 8 is going to fail, so it comes up at you and it sort of jumps at you, and you just lean to the side and it misses. This one is going to come up. Actually, what is their distance? Ooh, their speed is 50 feet. These guys are fast. This one's going to come jump on Adric and try its claw attack. It is going to pounce on Adric. Pounce! Ooh! It pounces on Adric. Give me a strength save, please, Adric. And let's see. 50 feet. Oh, this one only gets to here. Oh, Adric, you are prone on the ground. You have been knocked down with the kitty cat on top of you. And you take the 7 points of damage. That's a lot of damage. It critted.
You can no longer get up to go to the bathroom.
Nope. And the cat is purring. Okay, so all the kitties have taken their turns. Merlin, what are you going to do with the kitties?
Oh, geez. He's torn. On the one hand, squishy mage, but he's also next to Sigil, which,
Sigil could defend the
And
squishy
Scarlet Patrick
mage.
is prone, so I guess this grid is kind of messing with my head, but I want to, let's see,
Well, so tell me what you want to do, and then we'll figure out the mechanics for doing it.
help Adric.
You want to help Adric. Okay.
Uh,
And so for our new players, what being prone, if you're prone, while you are prone, it takes half your movement to get up. And if you while you are prone, melee attacks against you have advantage. Ranged attacks against you have disadvantage. Your own attacks have disadvantage against others. So being prone, if you're in a field of archers, is a good thing. You want to be prone. Yeah.
What is your movement speed while prone?
Half that while it's considered difficult terrain, so you can move half as far as you can when you're standing up.
Okay.
Okay, so Merlin. Ooh, okay.
Do you run flanking rules?
I am not going to do flanking rules at first level.
Okay. Anyway,
I will do
still want to
flanking.
get
I
on.
will do flanking later, but we're not going to get into that at first level.
Okay, I still want to get on this side of the cat and do something to get it off of Adric.
Okay. Are you going to try and just take it off, or are you going to hit at it?
I guess hit at it to convince it I'm a bigger threat.
Okay. Give me your attack.
Core, Warhammer, one-handed. Did that go through?
It hasn't yet.
Wait, no, that's inventory, not my attacks. Duh.
Oh, you absolutely hit the kitty with your warhammer. It comes smashing down on kitty. It snarls and oh, good lord, 8 points of damage. It snarls and yeah, it snarls and sort of turns around to come to go. You know how cats will rotate themselves around and so it is facing you. Ooh, that took quite a hit out of the kitty cat. Okay.
Merlin will use mimicry to hiss at it.
Excellent. Okay, so you have used part of your movement. You have used your action. Do you wish to move further? And do you have a bonus action you wish to use?
My only bonus action is the spell healing word.
Adric Adric has been.
How bad does he look right now?
Adric, how badly do you look?
About half health.
In one hit, granted that was a crit, so.
Default token.
I guess I'll do one healing word. At this level, though, that's kind of.
Well, one attack took him down by about half, so I mean it was a crit.
That's the thing.
It was a pretty savage attack with the claws, but
yeah.
I got pounced.
I better do a healing word then. Let's see.
Let's see. Enigma took 4 points of damage. Actually, Enigma looks worse. So Enigma, on your token, if you just click once on your token, and you can see the green bubble above your token.
I thought Enigma saved it.
Oh!
I
no,
thought it was
he
fine.
saved, so he did not get knocked prone, but he did get hit.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So
That sense.
Enigma, the green bubble. If you click on the green bubble It'll bring up a black entry thing. So Enigma, over on the left-hand toolbar, on the far left, make sure you're clicked on the arrow at the top for select move rather than measuring the distance.
There we go.
There we go. So you took 4 points of damage. So if you click on the green bubble, you can enter in -4 and it will do the math for you. And hit enter and it'll do the math. Yeah. So Enigma's down to only 3 health points. Enigma's definitely looking worse than Adric.
Damn it.
That's probably a better choice.
Yeah, healing word on Enigma for /R space 1d4
Or
plus
does
my.
it show up in your attacks section?
I didn't see it, so.
All right, let me
Plus
open your
3.
sheet. Let me see if I can fix your sheet. Okay, so let me move you to core. That's very odd. Why doesn't it show up there?
Maybe I accidentally took it off when I was doing my spell sheet because I didn't count it as an attack.
Well,
So I
no,
thought
there's if in the settings for it.
Uh-huh.
In the settings for it. At higher levels, class type. I don't see the spot to count it as an attack. That's very strange. Okay, well, so what I'm going to do is I am going to turn this into this, and your spellcasting modifier, ability modifier is 1d4. What is your spellcasting ability modifier?
Wisdom, and that's +3.
Okay. Oh, not edit. I didn't want to do that. Cancel that. Let's go back to the spell sheet. So what I'm doing right now is I'm entering it as a macro. Okay, +3. And we'll try and remember this later because I can set that up to be dynamic so that as your modifier changes, it will change. All right, try clicking the healing word now. Let's see if it.
From the spell sheet or from
the spell sheet, yes.
The little chat box?
Yes. There. That's a terrible roll. We're going to take your earlier roll of 3 for a total of 6, but it will roll it down.
Okay.
Although, let me clarify the wording here. 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier. Okay. So the wording will be clarified a little bit there, but it will now do the roll for you as you cast it.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Anyway, Enigma gets healed for 6?
Yes, which will bring Enigma back up to full.
Nice.
Perfect. Okay, so that was your bonus action. Did you wish to move further? You moved, let's see, you moved 10, 25. I believe you have 5 more feet of movement if you wish.
I should have 10 because my movement is 30, but I don't think I want to give this cat a free attack.
That's
so
true.
I'm staying right where I am.
I was wondering
You
if you
might
knew
wanna
about that.
go to here. Because your rear is looking awfully exposed to that other kitty.
Well, it's going to get to me wherever I stand, so.
Yeah,
Well,
they've got
and
50
this
movement.
one could potentially come down here, and you find yourself
No, that's
surrounded.
okay. I think Merlin would stand between the 2 cats to protect the others, to be a more open target.
Yeah, that's the thing, too.
Yeah. Okay, but now, Amy, you can tell us what Sigil would do.
She's gonna go. Oh, right. I've tried to target like it was. I have another game on Foundry, which is a similar but not quite the same setup. Sigil is going to attack this kitty.
Okay.
With actually, yeah.
Oh, lordy. Okay, so you
Too bad I don't have smites at this level.
Wow.
you cut right through the kitty. Give me the damage on that. That kitty is dead in a single strike. Let's see here. Let's change his hit points to 0. It pounces on Enigma, and you just slice right through it. And I need to get over here where I can. Oh, come on. I have to move the kitty in order to get to where I can see. Red X. There we go, and I'll put the kitty back. All right, so Enigma, you got pounced on by a kitty that's snarling at you, and Sigil comes through and just slices the thing in half.
Thank you.
And then
Okay, what
she'll.
else would you like to do?
I think she'll move over to here. Just. No, just over to here. Get in position to.
Okay, so you're going to look like a threat to that kitty who
Yeah.
was attacking Merrick. All righty. Anything else? Do you have a bonus action you would like to do?
I have nothing for bonus actions, I believe.
Okay, Adric. You are currently prone.
I'm going to use half my movement to stand up,
Okay.
and then I'm going to attack this kitty back with my pointy stick.
Ooh, yes, you just poke right into it. Okay. Give me some
You
damage.
guys are using all the good rolls.
Okay, this is another X kitty. This is a kitty on a stick. We have one kitty sliced in half and one kitty just poked through and paled on
Shish kebabbed.
Adric's rapier.
And I'm going to use
Half
some movement
of
to go
this
there.
Oh, Sigil. Oh. Okay. Anything else you would like to
Adric wants to point out the flaws in their defense.
do? Mm-hmm. Anything else, Adric?
Nope, that's it. I just moved a little bit.
Okay. Merrick,
Yes.
you had a kitty attempting
So-
to pounce on you, and it missed.
Yeah, and
And
to avoid his reactionary strike,
Sigil
Uh,
has a nice
I-
bloody sigil on the other side of you. Scythe.
I
Sorry,
believe
scythe.
it.
Like,
Very, very scary.
Yeah.
I have my martial arts skill. That is only for unarmored strikes, correct?
You can punch the kitty in the nose if you like.
Yes, I would like to punch
Or
it
just,
twice in the nose.
slap it on the nose with 2 fingers.
Yeah,
On the nose.
Bad kitty.
one from each hand.
Okay, punch the kitty on the nose. A
Versus
13 will
13.
hit. Give me some damage. 4 damage. You have a nice solid, and we've got a very surprised kitty here who very much got its nose punched. Okay, now what are you going to do? You still have potential movement, and you have a bonus action. Which
Well, I would like to punch it again.
punch it again with your bonus action. Absolutely. That's the nice thing about monks. That is a hit. Give me some damage. Ooh.
7.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Kitty is looking pretty smushed. Kitty is still alive. But yeah, no, that's looks like if Sigil leans over and breathes on it, it will probably die.
I mean, if
Expect
she's
it to have a
breathing on
concussion.
it, she's gonna be cleaving to other kitties with it, but yeah.
Okay.
Dragon.
Do you wish to that was your action and your bonus action, do you wish to move?
I would stay put.
Okay. Because yes, if you move out of reach of a creature, they can use their reaction to strike. On the other hand, if an enemy moves out of your reach, if you have a reaction available, you can also strike at it. Which brings us to Enigma. Enigma, you have 2 halves of a kitty in front of you, and you can see a couple other kitties over there that your teammates are attacking. What would you like to do?
All right. I think I'm gonna move right here. And
Okay, so
Oh, good.
how?
I'll put myself-
Just a sec. So if you want to stay away from the kitty doing this, so let me see here. If you go up here, let's see, that would be 10. Yes, you can. You wanted to go here?
Yeah, right here. It should be 25.
Oh, you want to go up next to the kitty? Okay, yes.
Well,
So I
no.
don't need to worry about if you were going to be a little away from the kitty. I was checking to make sure you had enough distance to stay out of its reach, which you did. But you want to get right up next to the kitty. Okay, what do you want to do with being right up next to the kitty?
Well, actually, I want to attack this one down here. With what was that?
You don't want to be standing right next to this kitty then.
Yeah, I
Because
want to
if
be
you
able.
if you do a ranged attack and you have an enemy in melee range with you, you would be attacking at disadvantage.
Okay.
So you don't want to be right next to the kitty because the kitty can distract you or bump you or whatever, interfere with
Say
your
mean
ability
words.
to cast a distance thing at the other kitty.
All right. And I was going to use Burning Hands.
Okay, so what is the what is the burning hands? Go ahead and click the little chat thing with burning hands so that we can see the description
Okay.
on the spell page.
Yeah.
Burning hands. Ooh, a 15-foot cone. Outstanding. We don't want the kitty giving the wizard a love tap. We really don't. Kitty, that is squishy. Okay, so Enigma, we have here area of effect templates. That was a 15-foot cone
Mm-hmm.
and burning, so we'll use red cone, 15-foot cone. Okay, you should be able to manipulate that where you want it to go. So you could put it like this. There's a little tag at the top that you can use to rotate it. You can move it,
I think right there would keep everybody
rotate
out of
it so
there.
it doesn't hit Adric, for example.
Yeah.
That would be perfect. Okay, roll it on the attack thing. Let's see. Wait, no. This is an area of effect. Takes damage, but go ahead and roll it on your attack thing anyway, because that'll give the damage. And the kitty is going to need to make a dex save.
Okay. Where's that?
So that'll be on your main core page.
Yeah. Every time I click it,
Let's see here. Sheet up. Because if I come look over your shoulder, you'll immediately find it. Okay, you are on the core page. So it's in the center, kind of down. There's a section called Attacks and Spellcasting, and Burning Hands is the second entry.
yeah. Every time I cast it. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, just click it there. Excellent. Perfect. That did not show up correctly because your DC is 16 or 13. Your DC is not 10. Why is that not set up correctly? Because I just saw it on your sheet.
It says DC 10 or 13 on mine.
Yeah, it does say DC 13. So why didn't that say DC 13? I don't know. We'll have to figure that out later. But your DC is 13, and it'll be 3 2s. Wow. Low damage. Okay, but so the kitty, let's take off that for a moment. The kitty's going to take a dex save. Dex save for the kitty with a DC 13. Dex. Ooh, and the kitty saves, so the kitty only takes half of that damage, so the kitty takes 3 points. Oh, wait. Is this a first level spell? Half or none? Burning Hands. That doesn't say what happens on a. Let me look.
Yeah, it does say. It says saves for half.
Saves for half. Okay, so kitty takes 3 points of damage, which is so that's good. That means kitty takes damage whether they save or not. They just take more damage if they don't save. Oh, goody, we have something messed up somewhere. You're getting codes
Yeah, I just tried to show spell description and error came up.
Cool. Okay, we shall figure that out. Alrighty. So you have moved. You have done your action. Do you have a bonus action that you would like to do, Enigma?
I don't think I actually have any bonus action.
I don't think you do. Okay.
No.
That will bring us back to, and that was Burning Hands, so that was fire damage. All right, so back to the cat's turn. I'm going to deal with the one that got singed. So he's got 3 possible targets here. He's going to go for against the bird. So he's going to attack. He doesn't move a full 20 feet, so he doesn't get the pounce. So he is going to attempt to uh, bite you. He's going to go chomp, and I don't think that's going to hit.
My AC is 18 with shield.
Yeah, that's not going to hit. So he attempts to chomp, and he doesn't even make it on your shield. He chomps a good 2 inches ahead of your shield. And this one is going to attack that paladin with the dripping scythe. And he's also going to go bite. He's going to go chomp. Oh, that's even worse. Okay, so that was terribly effective. Merlin, it's back to your turn.
Hammer time, I guess.
Alrighty.
Let's see.
11 will miss, unfortunately.
Dang. Well,
Okay, so
I'm
you
still
swing
doing
it
good.
down, and the kitty snarls and backs up slightly, and you miss from there. Can't touch that. Oh, yeah. Okay, do you have a bonus action you wish to do?
I only got one more spell slot, so I don't think I should
Okay.
quite yet.
And you don't have any of your teammates in dire straits at the moment. Yes, Adric is injured, but Adric still has more hit points than Enigma has at full health, so.
Yeah.
You could heal the
So
kitty over here. The kitty over here is down to only 2 hit points.
yeah, no.
If you wanted a pet.
Aw. Okay, so do you wish to move?
Mm, I could skirt around it,
You could.
like boop, boop, and stay in its
Yep.
attack range.
Yep. Okay. Let's go to Sigil. Sigil, what
And
do you?
turn.
Go ahead, please. Deku.
End turn.
Intern. Okay. Sigil.
Oh, Sigel's going to 15-foot cone.
You could angle. Are you doing? Are you gonna breathe on it?
Well, I'm
You could angle it to the side where you hit the kitty, the edge of the kitty, and
well, I'm
miss
going to
Mary.
hit both kitties without necessarily hitting friends. Well, companions.
Companions, yes. Okay, so 15-foot cone. I have red handy. You don't want
I
red though. You want
don't
purple.
see a cone tool.
I mean, you're amethyst. You want purple.
Let's see. I forget. How
There's
do
a
I?
there is a little thing, a little branch thing. If you just click on it once and it shows you the boundary, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that looks like it works.
You're gonna catch.
Oh,
Let's see here. Let's center it on you.
that cone
If you
works.
aim it just slightly more. Anyways, I will give it to you. I will give it to you with that. Very, very carefully, you managed to get your breath right in here.
Yeah, I'll just post that for good measure. It's a dex saving throw.
For both kitties, okay. So we want 2 dex saving throw. What is your difficulty class?
Uh, believe it's Oh wait, this is what I should be posting. It's DC 11.
Okay, 1 fails, 1 passes. Is this okay? So half damage, it does say. Excellent. Alrighty, so the one next to you dies.
And something that horrible that occurred to me during that turn. It was she's shouting Foos.
Foos?
As in Foos Radal from Skyrim.
Okay, and this one
It's
takes.
force damage. Foos is draconic for force in that game.
Ah, okay. Force damage, okay. Alrighty, so this kitty's whirling back around, growling at the dragon thingy over there that just breathed at it. So yours does force damage, did you say?
Yeah.
Yes, it does force damage. Ooh, blasted right at it. Okay. Anything else, Sigil?
That replaces an attack. Yeah, she'll come up here
Okay.
and turn.
Alrighty. Adric. You have a battered and bruised kitty in front of you. Oh, and you poke right through it. Give me damage. Let's see here. 5 total down. Let's see, sneak attack. You have allies in range, so you do get your sneak attack. So we take.
I don't know if he's talking or not, but I can't hear him at least.
Yeah.
He was muted.
I'm not.
Yeah, he was muted earlier because of his dogs, but yeah. Alrighty.
Oh, okay.
So you've sliced through it. This kitty is hanging on by a thread that it's going to bat at. What would you like to do? Do you have a bonus action or movement?
No, I think I'm gonna stay there.
Alrighty. Mirek, would you like to do the honors and punch this kitty on the nose?
I almost feel bad, but I will.
Boop the kitty.
Empathy is not my strong suit.
Whoop it on the nose with a newspaper.
I will again
That's a
punch
hit.
it.
That's a hit. Give me some damage.
That's a 5.
And with a smushed nose, making a snarl, the kitty collapses to the ground and dies. And we are out of initiative. All right. So we have 4 dead kitties. What would you like to do next? It's a strong newspaper. That's, well, you know, monks are good with improvised weapons, right? Right. Oh, I didn't have any music going. I should have had some thrilling music going.
Would it be a perception check to see if there's any more cat laying in wait?
It would. Or a survival check. Well, survival check would get tracks, and you've got tracks. Perception. Yes, it would be perception to look for more kitties. You do
No.
not see any more kitties. That's tad loud. Okay, so you can in the little gear up at the top right. You click in there and you go to audio and video chat is the master music volume level where you can adjust the volume for yourself.
Got it.
Okay. Speaking of critters going crazy here. Okay, she got it. All right, so Merlin looks around frantically looking for more kitties and does not perceive any more kitties.
I guess approach the cave with caution.
Okay, approach the cave with caution. So as you guys creep up to the cave, how did I do? So you can see further in, let me reveal. So as you look into this area, so this descends slightly as you go into it, as you look into it. It looks like it goes down. You can see inside sharp icicles hanging from the ceiling that, you know, there's a few, I'm not on pointer, so I can't, there we go. So a few scattered ones here that seem to get heavier as you look in, and you can probably see a little further than that. So let me go a little further than that.
How dark is it?
You do not see any lighting in there at all.
You said
Merlin...
that it descended slightly.
Yes.
Is it slippery? Because I don't want to roll any more constitution or dexterity saving throws.
Well, the floor is littered with some long, thin chunks of ice, but it is not anywhere near as slick as the hillside was. It's
Okay.
been
So
sheltered.
as
Yeah,
long as
it's
we're
been
careful.
sheltered. So it's had the water from seepage, and it's had some scattered icicles that have fallen off, but it is not limbed with ice.
Yes.
Merlin will turn to the group and ask, how many of us have dark vision? How many of us can see in the dark?
Not I.
I can.
I can.
Let me put it on my sheet. Let me double check.
I can never remember if Dragonborns do or do not.
Yeah, I feel like they should, but
I don't think they do. But we have at least one character that cannot.
they
So
can't actually, huh?
you can light torch if you like.
Sure,
Well, I also, as a Twilight cleric, I have this thing called
Yeah.
the Eyes of Night.
Or turn
I
on.
have dark vision out to 300 feet,
Oh, good
and
lord! So
And you
I can share this magically for an hour with as many creatures as I choose, as long as they are within 10 feet of me.
okay, so you guys can see fine. You can see to the corner there.
For 1 hour, and I can't do this again until my next long rest.
We have to stay within
unless-
10 feet of you, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
so Enigma, if you
We'll mess
want in
with
on this, you better get close.
my reading is we have to be within 10 feet of you when you share it, but then we have it for the full hour even if we move away.
All right, let's
Well,
see.
yeah.
As actually, you can magically share the dark vision of this feature with willing creatures you can see. Up to creatures.
The shared dark
Shared
vision
dark
lasts
vision
for-
lasts for an hour. Once you share it, you can.
Yeah, I also read it as upon activation.
Yeah, it's not an aura,
Okay.
you just
All right.
it's a fire and forget.
All right. Okay, so everybody has dark vision up to 300 feet, which means you guys can see lots. So it goes down slowly. Can you see? Let's see. No, you cannot see that yet. All right.
Onward then, I guess. Slowly. Cautiously. Oops.
I'd like to be on the watch for traps or triggers or anything like that along the way.
Okay.
Merlin would be looking up at the ceiling,
Okay. Give me
making sure there's
perception
nothing gonna
checks.
fall on us. Perception, you said?
Uh-huh.
All of us?
Anyone who's looking around, yeah.
Well, that does not sound like me.
All right.
There we go.
All right. So the 4 people that are looking, as you get further in, you do notice that some of those icicles up there are trembling, are just shivering a little bit.
Trembling.
Hmm?
That's. Do we hear anything?
I don't think so.
It's just some of the icicles.
Some of the icicles, yes.
I guess point those out and don't walk under them.
Yeah. Or we could make a loud noise to try and dislodge them.
Are they within 5 feet of us? Or are they higher up?
They're more. So you start seeing. I have the wrong tool. So you start seeing maybe the first 1 or 2 about here. There's probably more of them the further you get in.
I was thinking more along the lines of this one spell I have called Word of Radiance.
Uh.
I would... Then again, I guess it wouldn't really work on icicles.
Creatures.
Yeah, these are objects, so it wouldn't work.
Yeah. Seagull could go ahead and just her sight is reach. She could just knock him down.
Okay, so are you going to go up in the front?
Yeah, just holding her scythe out in front of her, whacking at some of the more unstable icicles so they come down away from the party.
Okay.
Controlled demolition.
Okay. So you would need to be in front. You're currently in back.
Yeah.
All right. So you're waving your scythe and you're starting to get some knock some of these down, and as you walk, as you get further in, one of them has a shriek. You hear this sort of shrieking sound as it falls down in front of you. Actually, do give me a dex save at advantage, please, because you're working on controlling this. Is a pinata expert.
Dex save at advantage.
Yes, at advantage. Oh, okay. But you're a little too close under it. You're a little too close under it, and it clips you on the side, and you take 5 points of cold damage. But you are also successfully clearing the way, so I'm not going to make any of the others do any sort of saves. And we're going to have a few more that shriek as they fall down, but they are not going to do any additional damage. Not place light.
Ow.
Reveal areas. There is, and unfortunately, there is no pinata candy. It is so disappointing. I know. As you get up into this curve area, to where you can start seeing around, and hopefully you're still seeing the icicles, so Sigel's still going to be clearing the way for you as you go. You are going to start seeing a glimmer of light ahead.
Sickle's not at all trying to be stealthy, for the record.
Yep. Okay, place a light.
Dealing with the icicles, no way.
Oh,
Yeah,
except you guys can probably see that. I need to take that back off.
In a tight space like this, all that crashing around, that's gotta be loud.
Yeah.
How do I do this?
Plus her chainmail.
Okay, I'm trying to play with I'm trying to play with lighting features I don't want to be doing.
Yeah.
Let me remove that. I don't know where it went. That's not what I wanted to delete. Alright. Well, so it is. Let's go back to... Okay, fine. You guys are far enough along. I'm just going to take dynamic lighting off on this page because I don't feel like fussing with it anymore. So let's turn dynamic lighting off. Okay. So as you come up, you can see into the room. You can see... yes, thank you for the fuss counter. Okay, as you can see into the room, and I need to get back on the right thing. And so here, as you come into this room, a young human is clutching pieces of thin wood in either hand, and there's a flickering lantern at his feet that's playing shadows off of his terrified face. There are these bat-like creatures that are sort of diving in and that look like large bats with long pointed mouths. Come on. To a certain extent, they look like overgrown mosquitoes. I mean, huge mosquitoes.
Oh no.
I know.
Yes, and occasionally a spark of red energy arcs between the two wood fragments that are in his hands that sort of drives the flying creatures back momentarily. There are humanoid bones and things around let's see here. Is that actually on the... No, it isn't. There are some humanoid bones and things around of these creatures. So let's go into initiative. Let's get onto the correct layer so that I can go into initiative.
I've only rolled 5 on initiative.
Is it actually rolling?
Both sessions.
Yes, it is actually rolling. All right, let me put these guys into initiative. Alrighty. I don't have any tokens in initiative. Why don't I have any tokens into initiative? I'm still showing as an ice cat. I don't want to be an ice cat.
Should I roll again? Because I swear I clicked myself first.
Oh, wait, they all appeared. They all appeared.
Oh,
It's a
there they are.
feature. What can I say? Roll20 had lag issues. Who am I missing? I am missing... Oh, I'm not missing
No
anybody. I
one
just
had
had to
to be-
scroll down a little bit. Okay, let's go to Descending. Merlin, you are going to start us off. This poor frightened kid, terrified kid standing there with these two pieces of wood in his hands that occasionally sparks, and he is not going to last very long if you just leave him.
Let's see. 30. Let's see. Do I want to save my spells for healing or something else? What do I have? That's something else. Guiding bolt, shield of... Let's see. Creature of choice in range, 60 feet. The kid is well in range. I guess I cast Shield of Faith on the kid, granting a +2 to AC because that's just who Merlin is.
Okay? Let's put sort of a shimmering little aura around this person.
And because
Just so
I
that I remember.
blew my action on that, so
That's a bonus action.
Shield of Faith?
Mhm.
Oh,
It says right there.
okay. Then I guess
Making
let's
it a
see.
very good choice for the under the circumstance. You've used your bonus action for it.
Since that was a leveled spell, I can cast Sacred Flame.
Mhm.
Sacred Flame.
Dex
One.
save.
This one.
I didn't see the I saw that you pinged, but I didn't see which one you pinged. The closest one? Yes.
Yeah, the one on the left.
Alright, and we need a dex save.
Yeah,
It
I was
passes,
afraid of that, but
no damage because that's a cantrip.
yep.
Alrighty.
But I'm hoping I have its attention.
Okay, very good. You've moved, you've done action and bonus action. Okay, it is their turn. I shall say yes, you have its attention. It is going to fly over here, and it is going to attempt to attach to you. Let's see. With an attack of 10,
AC
it is not
18.
going to manage. Alright, so that one is going to there. This one is going to attack the kid and is going to be zapped. This one is also going to fly over and attempt the same. Attack of 12 is not going to hit you. This one is also going to attack at the... This one is actually going to use the flare feature. Okay, so this one flies up immediately next to the kid and breathes fire into its cell, and the kid has to make a savings throw. that a dex? Yes. Which he passes. All right. That's the Sturges. That takes us to Adric.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm going to move. Give me my token.
You're on the measuring
Yeah.
tool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a right tool. Okay, now I'm going to shoot at. I'm going to shoot at that one
Okay.
with my short bow. It has a range of 80 feet.
Yep. Oh, that is a hit. Give me. I don't think you can fail to kill it. So yeah. Let's see.
It's not the sneak attack damage doesn't count.
Yeah, but your piercing damage is a +2, so you cannot fail to kill it. Okay, that one falls dead.
Okay.
Ah! I am fussing with the tools. Yes, I'm fussing, Amy! I'm fussing with the tools. Thank you, Amy. Wait, posture check? What do you mean posture check?
I mean, we've been here almost 2 hours.
It has been. Okay. Stretching up. That's true. We all need a posture check. We've been here this long. So we're going to stretch up to the ceiling, and we're going to sweep down and back. And we're going to tilt to the side and get some good length in the side. And we're going to tilt the other way. And then we're going to twist, making sure we do not knock our monitors off. And twist the other way. And we're going to
Good little
bend.
stretch.
Oh, we're going to bend. Oh, that feels good on the lower back. And we're going to drink, but my cup is empty. Oh, actually, I am breathing better. Thank you, Amy. Okay, with that little interlude there for our health. We're all about health here. I'm also sitting too close. Your dog's looking like you've
Walk away
got
from the
on.
monitor card.
My cat, every time I lean down, my cat thinks that when I'm tilting, I should be petting him. So, yeah. Alrighty.
I mean, the cat's not wrong.
I know.
Yeah,
He's not
mine
wrong.
too.
Alrighty, so that brings us. So, Adric, you've shot and killed one. You've moved. Do you have a bonus action?
No.
Alright. Enigma.
All right. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. I'm gonna move. Wrong button. To here. So it's gonna be my move, and I'm gonna cast Firebolt
Alright.
at the one right next to the kid.
This one here. Okay. That is absolutely going to hit. And I don't think you can fail to kill it. But go ahead, give me the damage.
I just realized I moved 5 feet too far because I can only move 25 feet.
This is true. Short legs.
But I could have still hit it.
Yes. You could still hit it. Oh, there's the damage. Yep, that kills it. Come on, thing. Alright. And I am going to say further. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put the black X on, or the red X on it to say it's dead. Further, that also has caused a little bit of rustling up near the ceiling, and you see that there are actually 4 more of those critters. Excellent. Okay, you have moved. You have taken your action. Do you have a bonus action you would like to do? I don't think you do.
No.
Alrighty. Sigil!
Alright, make sure I'm on roll 20s for the thing. I feel like
Rick is
I
not wrong.
would have started farther forward. Everyone started out in front of me when I was the one Bashing
you were.
Crystal.
Yes, you were, and I would allow you to move up some. Yes.
So probably start around here-ish.
Yes, I will allow that.
Means going to attack the one on the left.
All right. Yes, you are, and yes, it's dead. Okay. Do you have a bonus action you would like?
No, I have no bonus actions at level 1.
Okay.
Really.
Brings us to Merrick.
Yes. How would you say that I am able to move? I don't know if I'm able to move underneath the bat creature, through the tile, or
You can move through their tiles, and you can also move
Okay.
through the tiles of your allies. You just cannot end up in those tiles.
so I would be able to. Let me just.
While
Move
you're doing the
here.
measuring tool, if you right-click, it'll do sort of a waypoint in the door. Yes, you would be able to move to there.
Okay. Would I be able to do a sort of taunting?
Yes, just like that. A taunting. You can attempt to taunt. What would you like to taunt them as?
Your mother was a
Well,
hot shot.
I would try and get the bat's attention away from the kid and focus on me,
Okay.
but just away from the kid.
Okay. And so are you yelling at them? Are you waving your hands? What are you doing?
I would probably have a very guttural yell.
Okay. Let me double check here. I don't. Yes, they do not seem to respond to that in any way, shape, or form. I will still
Well,
let you have an action. That would be your sort of free interaction with an object.
okay. I suppose. The this bat right below, right by the rock on the right.
I will put it.
It is okay. It's there. Then
will-
I would like
I will put
to.
these in actual squares.
Yeah. Then I would like to first attack the upper bat
Okay,
with an unarmored strike.
that will hit. And that will
Doing
kill it.
4.
And it falls to the floor.
And then I will do the same to the other bat.
Okay. That will also hit, and I believe you cannot fail to kill it once you've hit it. These things are pretty fragile. Alrighty. You have 2 dead bats. So that's your action, bonus action, and movement. That brings us to Merlin. Back at the top of the round.
5, 10, 15, 20. Let's see. Character sheet. Word of Radiance. Con save. DC 13.
Okay. Each creature of choice you can see in range, it is 5 feet of you. Alright.
Yep, so both of these.
For a con
Bat
save.
thing.
Ooh, I don't think they have much in the way of con. Let's see. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, con saves. 1, 2. And they both. No, one fails, one succeeds. No damage on the success, so this one. Actually, oh, no damage on a success. Okay, so yeah, this one dies. Alrighty.
The one that fails gets 6 radiant damage.
It had the damage, the 4 radiant damage in your roll.
Oh, where?
So you can see the top box had the DC 13. Then the middle box had each creature of choice you can see in range, and then the next one said 4 radiant damage at 5 feet.
Oh. Okay, never
That's
mind.
what that was. Yep. That's okay. 4 killed it, so.
Okay. Let's see. That was an action. I don't have a bonus action. Yeah, I'm out of spell slots. I can't do another healing.
5, 10, 15, 20. You still have 10 feet of movement, if you wish.
Yeah, I guess I could move on top of this bug corpse next to the kid.
Hi. You don't say. But you're not supposed to say it in here.
Huh?
Sorry, the dog that was next to me. Okay, so you were moving up next to the kid on top of the bug corpse. Okay, good. Good. That'll bring us back around to the Sturges. So this one right here, yeah, actually closing the door. All right, so this one here is going to attempt to attack you, Merlin. So let's see here. It is going to do this. It's going to attempt to attach to you. 22
dear.
will hit you. So I need. Oh, and so it attaches to you. It is now attached to you.
Okay.
So it's stuck in. It's got its snout kind of stuck into, and it is draining. You take the 5 damage now. The other one here is going to fly over here to Merrick, and it is going to attempt to attack Merrick with that. Blood drain 12. What is your armor class? Your armor
10.
class is 10. Your armor class can't be 10. Why is your armor class 10?
It does say 10, but
It does say 10, but aren't monks
yeah,
10
my
plus their dex?
dex and wisdom. So
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so it
plus
should
1.
be 11.
there's a
Yeah.
setting that was on automatically that just overwrote the armor class. I had to deal with it on my sheet.
Yeah, I changed it.
Okay.
But
So yeah, so your dex and wisdom, so that would be 11. Okay. But what was its roll here? Its roll was a 12, so it
12.
still manages to hit you. Okay, so you take 7 piercing damage, and it is draining your blood. It is attached to you. Which brings us, and I think those are the only 2 live ones, brings us around to Adric.
Okay, so Edric is going to move 25 feet to here, and then I'm going to do a short bow shot at this one right there.
Alright. That will hit, and it cannot fail to kill it, so, because you have a... So that one is dead. And it dies and drops off of Merrick.
Yep. That is my turn.
Enigma, there is one left. It is attached to Merlin.
Well, that's gonna be interesting. Let's see.
Draining its blood. Like I said, these are overgrown mosquitoes.
All right. I'm gonna move down here so I can get a better thing. I guess the only thing I can do is firebolt. towards
Okay.
it.
That is absolutely a hit. Please give me some damage. Okay, so one of the things you notice, you hit it, and the fire sizzles into it, and the fire does not seem to do as much damage as you would expect it to, and so the thing did not actually die.
Oh no.
Did it detach?
It did not detach. It did not detach. So this is a thing called resistance. So you are using a fire attack against a fire creature. And this fire creature, it was affected by it. It's not completely immune to fire damage, but it is resistant to fire damage, and so it takes half rounded down. Some people do half rounded up for enemies and half rounded down for players, but in this case, I would normally do half rounded up for enemies, but because I wanted to do the lesson, it didn't quite attack it. All right, so what else are you going to do? You've moved, you've done your action, and I don't think
I don't
you
have any bonus.
have a bonus action. Okay,
No.
brings us to Sigil. Tickle? Amy?
Oh, sorry. Uh, gotta deal with one last guy.
Yep. And it
Just to
has
be
been hurt. So all you have to do is hit it.
whoops, I am on the measuring tool. Just to be funny, I'm gonna just reach around and with the scythe and
So if
poke at it.
at first level, I'm not going to freewheel it and come up with funny rules related to it being attached and restrictions that places on you. Okay, you have hit it. It is dead. We are out of initiative. Okay,
Well,
it's 5
head off.
damage. So you have come along and you have cut off a little piece of Merlin's cloak. I'm kidding. You have not done that. But it is dead and it falls quiet. And you have a panic kid there holding 2 sticks that occasionally spark between each other like, oh, thank you, thank you. Who are you? Who are you?
The cops.
Merlin will ask him, "Are you all right?" and kind of check him over for injuries.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh my. And he's so nervous. You could just see he's practically trembling and just in his nervousness, he's just sort of, practically, it's like, oops, that was his church. I didn't want to move this church. I want to move him. It's like, oh, I mean, I was supposed to, these aren't dragons, but you're a dragon. Maybe I was supposed to hand this to you. And turns to Sigil and just, in this sort of frantic state, clearly not thinking quite clearly, offers to hand you the 2 sticks.
Okay, she'll take them.
And he's still very nervous energy, and it's like, I mean, my mother said, but if I done it, maybe I've done it. Are you gonna save us? Are you gonna protect us?
Sure. Let's get you back to your family.
Oh, good. Yeah, yes. Let's take you. We'll take you, and we can tell my mother that you're gonna protect us. Yes, we can do this. This is like maybe an 8-year-old child.
I assume at least one of the 6 is the wand we're after.
This does look like it might be the one you were after, in 2 pieces. Yes.
Oops.
But okay, and he grabs your hand and he starts dragging you out. Let's go. We gotta go. We got to.
Sigil will just.
Wait, because I
Oh,
was afraid
ahead.
that it would be broken. You wouldn't take the offering and you wouldn't help protect us. But I'm so relieved if you're actually going to help protect us. We can tell my mother we're doing that anyway. Let's head back.
Sigil is rolling her eyes in Adric's direction.
Got one clue. Okay, I'm gonna take you guys back to the area map then.
Gorilla
this
wand.
kid continues very nervously. It's like he's got so much energy within himself and looking very carefully. The magic-y sorts among us, Sigil and Enigma and Merlin, looking at him. It's almost like he's got some of the energy from the wand still in him. That not only was it sparking between the wands, it's kind of in him, and so his motions and his speech and all are almost like sparking actions as he does this.
Poor kid got overcharged.
Yeah.
I just pity this kid's parents when he finds caffeine.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can't afford sugar on a daily basis.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So with him pulling you, there's no resistance. You're gonna head back, going down that hill though. Let's do a round of athletics.
Oh god.
Go ahead.
Merlin will cast guidance on the boy.
Okay.
He's more worried about the kid.
Okay. He's gonna need it. Guidance is a D4.
Yeah, plus 1d4. Oh boy.
Oh, so that brings him up to. Where did I have him? Oh, there it was. 7 plus 3, 10. Oh, so he manages to make it at the cost of yourself. Ooh, Merlin and Sigil. Let's see. I still need to roll from Enigma.
He's definitely pulling Sigil off balance here.
Yeah. Okay, so that Merlin is so focused on getting the kid that Merlin slips himself and slides into Sigil and Enigma, and the three of you plow through bushes. So let's see here. Let's do Enigma, D3,
This will be interesting.
and Sigil, D3, and Merlin, D3. Everybody else makes it. Ooh! Each of you. Did that actually roll? It did actually roll.
Would it be possible for someone who made it to try and cover them with snow or something to protect them from some of the flowers?
Well, so you don't think that would probably work. However, you can. So, one of the things you learned last time is you can get about 1.5. A person can pull about 1.5 off in there before that they explode. So these three folks are going to need some help. These three folks are going to need some help pulling them off in order to have enough people pulling them off before one explodes.
Okay.
Can you slide a hand to get them off?
I'll try to get one.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh.
Sleight of
Yeah,
hand.
there's
That's
no
it.
time to dice
I
this.
think. Let me double check. Let me go back and look at the flowers. It is a. What's the DC? Yes, DC 10. So that'll be fine. So you managed to get one off. The kid's gonna try and take one off, and they don't have any modifier. Uh-oh. So the kid sets one off, and the kid is trying to pull it off of Merlin. So one goes off, and I'm going to. That was a. What was the damage? It was a D4 of damage. Oh my! With 4 points of damage, I'm gonna say I will give the damage to Merlin rather than the kid.
I already gave it to myself, and I'm down to 1. I'm almost gone.
Yeah,
You-
almost
We get to find
unconscious.
out what happens when a character gets to 0 hit points. Yes, this will be fun.
Wow.
You said
Merlin
that
still
a person can take off one flower before it explodes.
Yes.
So if I help one of them, can they also help themselves, and that will count as 2 flowers?
No.
Like they try and catch one.
No, I'm not gonna let it work that way. But you can pull one off of them. You can pull one off.
Okay,
With
I
sleight of
will
hand.
go to Merlin
So
and
we've
attempt
had.
to pull one off.
Okay. So we've had. I don't know who Adric was taking one off, but we've got 2 that have been done. We have 7 more. Okay,
11.
that's a third one is accounted for. And you were on. Who were you on, Merlin?
Yeah.
Okay, all
Trying
3
to
of the
save it.
ones. Okay. So yours was on Enigma. Okay, so we've had 1 from Enigma and 2 from Merlin have been taken care of. Sigil, are you gonna pull one off yourself?
Yeah. No.
Oh dear.
Oh, that one goes off. Okay. And you take 4 points of damage.
Oh, that's fun. I have
Okay.
twice as much health as Merlin.
So we still have 2. Enigma, are you gonna try taking one off yourself?
Sure.
With a sleight of hand? Oops, I need to keep your volume up a little bit. Alrighty,
19.
what did you... Whoa! You make it look easy. In fact, I'll let you get 2 off of you. So that's going to take all 3 off of Enigma.
I still need to roll my sleight of hand to get the last one off of me.
Yes.
Can I give him advantage on throw?
Okay, does that take you unconscious, Merlin?
Yes.
Okay, Merlin is unconscious. Enigma still has to. Has everybody done a roll? Have we had 6 rolls here? Yeah, we've had 6 rolls. Okay. So I will allow. So let's have 2 people trying to grab the last 2 off of Enigma.
I'll do one of them.
And since we'll do it like 1.5, we'll make it for. It'll be for half damage if it goes off here because you manage to get it most. If you're successful, it gets mostly off. All right, go ahead.
I can try for the other one.
Okay, that one actually with this. Actually, if those are high enough, I'm gonna let you have them. You manage to get them off, and you just get your fingers singed with no damage after those. All right, so Merlin is unconscious now with 0 hit points. There are several different things you can do. Someone can cast healing, which would give him a certain number of hit points. Someone can use a medicine check to try to stabilize them, which would leave them unconscious for 1d4 hours, but would stabilize them and they wouldn't die. Alternatively, they can go through each round, they can go through what are called death saves. There's a death save button on your sheets, and basically they roll it with a DC 10, and if you get 3 passes, you stabilize. If you get a natural 20, you wake up with 1 hit point, and if you get 3 failures, you die.
Permadead.
Yeah. So what? So we're gonna be on round 1 here. Who is doing what?
Well, I don't have any healing.
Okay,
So-
Adric's gonna try medicine, so I'll show you how to do it. Go ahead and try your medicine check, Adric.
Oh,
Okay, well, so
It'll
Merlin
drop
is
to
no
you.
longer dying. Does a natural 20 on medicine checks? You know what? I'm gonna reward a natural 20. I'm gonna say that just like if it were a death save with a natural 20, I am going to say that that will. Merlin, you are going to wake up with 1 hit point.
Cool.
The odor
you,
from the
Armadillo.
smelling salt was so aggressive that they just stood up.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like wow, that.
It's in the Avengers movie, Hulk screaming next to the unconscious Iron Man.
Yeah.
So
That would do it. That would do it.
basically, I pulled out a thing of salt and throwed it in the wound, and it woke Merlin up.
Big old bird
Tearing.
squawk.
Alrighty. Okay. So with that, you do manage to get down. You do manage to get down, and the kid is frantic, wanting to get back to tell his mother that he's got a dragon. And I mean, he'd been so disappointed that when I got there, the cave was empty, and I thought, I had failed completely, and there were these creatures, and they were doing it, and I was so afraid of them. But the dragon came in, and we can do this, and I'll be saved. And he chatters like that the whole way back to the hours back to the crossing inn.
Does he ever say how the wand got into its current state?
Well, that actually brings him quiet for a moment. Well, I broke it. When those creature thingies, when those sucking thingies first attacked me, I tried hitting them with it, and it broke. I'm sorry.
That's not how you use a wand.
I missed what you just said, Amy.
That's not how you use a wand.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. But can you fix it? And he sort of perks up as he looks at Sigil and says, but you're a mighty dragon. Can you fix it?
She'll attempt. Alright, crafting's not actually a skill in this.
It is not.
She'll attempt it.
You look like you're trying to jam it back together, and he looks so crestfallen, and he sort of droops down. He's like, I'm awful sorry. I'm awful sorry. I didn't mean to break it. But those things were attacking me, and I couldn't think what else to do. It's just, I didn't want them to bite me, and like they bit you and they stuck on you, and it was like, oh, and oh, they're creepy creatures, and it's like I didn't like it, and but then it was broken and it zapped, and it did sort of protect me, so I was kind of glad it was broken, but I was sorry it was broken. And he's gonna go on like that until you interrupt him. Okay.
Yeah, Sigil quickly tunes him out.
But you got this kid absolutely adoring. All right, we are gonna. So as we get back to the crossing inn, though, and this has taken you all day, so you come back and it's evening, and you come back into the inn, and as you come in with the kid in tow, he actually wants to go over to the wagon area to find his mother. And if you swing by
Sure,
there,
I've had experience with that.
yeah, so if you swing by there, you discover, oh no, his mother isn't there. And it's like, oh no, but where's my mother? And I just, I don't know where she is.
Let's get back to the tavern and we'll find her.
Okay, do you think she might be there?
Probably not, but we'll go look for her tomorrow.
At the very least, you can see your grandfather.
Oh, my grandfather's there? Which grandfather? I have two grandfathers. Well, actually, one of them's technically my great grandfather, I think, but I have because he's my mother's grandfather. But I call them both grandpa because that's just it just seems more convenient. And actually, by this point, the energy from the wand that was through him is starting to dissipate, so it's less sparky, frenetic, and more talkative 8-year-old.
There's cookies at the end.
Cookies! Hey, I like cookies. I'll race you to them. And he goes
Okay.
dashing off across and heading towards the end. And then he comes up to a stop. My mother says
I'm not chasing after him.
says my mother says I shouldn't take cookies unless they're offered to me. Are you offering them to me?
Sure.
And we have a happy kid. Okay, so you go into the clearly not a band of kids. All right, so Merlin limps to the end. So you guys are coming in, bloodied and scorched, and all this is you come into the inn, and the woman mage sort of perks up a little bit, looking interestedly. Oh, you're back, and you have the youth.
Adric will go up to the barkeep and hand him a gold piece and says, "Whatever you do, find this kid some cookies."
A gold piece? I have some sweet biscuits, and we will make cookies tonight for sure. Okay, and he sends one of the aides down. Go get some of the sweet biscuits here. I love it. Okay, and Sigil, you have the wand.
Yeah, we'll go see the owner.
Okay, that's the woman mage who's sitting there, sort of watching interestedly as you come in, and she can see the condition you all are in, and she sees the kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, your wand isn't that great as a bludgeoning weapon.
As she blinks a few times at this, as no, I wouldn't imagine it would be.
She'll hand over the pieces.
Oh, well, I can fix that. And she sort of puts a hand around it, and it sort of glows a little bit, and it's all put back together because she does have mending.
Nice.
To be honest, you should really be careful because whatever just happened could be seen as child endangerment, and it's kind of on your shoulders. So, I'm just saying.
So what? You're saying I should lock up my wand to prevent it from being stolen?
Well, if it's that valuable to you and that dangerous, I'm just saying.
Wand responsibly.
Yeah.
Okay. And I presume you take the kid up to his great-grandfather,
Yes.
who was very glad to see him, very relieved to see him, and looks up at you and looks very confused when the kid goes, Grandpa, I didn't, well, I was successful. I got the dragon, and the dragon's going to help us. And he looks over the shoulder and sees the dragonborn behind the kid. It looks a little on the confused side. Does anybody say or motion or indicate anything at this point? Okay, the grandfather placatingly says, that is very, very generous of the dragon. Looking expectantly.
Merlin nods.
Sigil is rolling her eyes and grumbling under her breath.
Okay, I'm sure that dragon will be a great help with whatever is, and actually, Merrick, you getting sweetbread and food and stuff because we're, I mean, the barkeep was given a gold piece. He's gonna give some.
A little generous.
Yeah. All right. So at this point here, we're gonna close the story. We're gonna do two things. We're gonna go ahead and click the long rest button again, and we are going to level up to level 2. So there's two things. Does everyone have their sheets in Roll20 now? Because the only one I knew for sure that was in... Oh, no, Adric. Well, Adric, I don't worry about you. You can level up just fine. But so... is Merrick's sheet now in Roll20? Did you copy Merrick over to Roll20? Oh, and you are already in Character Mancer, I think. So,
Yeah.
Okay. So if you are in Roll20, and Enigma, I'll look at your sheet for that. Here. So in Roll20, there's the little gear button between, core bio spells and the gear. And so here in the right-hand panel, if you scroll down to the bottom of the right-hand panel, you don't want launch level 1 Character Mancer. This cannot be undone. But you do want a launch level plus Character Mancer. And this will walk you through the options for your class. And I believe... wizard with a sage background. Yeah, that should be in the SRD, so that should be no issues. Let's see. Deku, what is your class again? You are...
Cleric.
Cleric.
I get channeled divinity.
Your sheet is not in Roll20. Your sheet is in D&D Beyond. Are you okay with...
No?
No?
I'm in Roll20.
What was I looking at then? Oh, I was looking at Deku. I was not looking at Sigil. Helps if I look at your character rather than yours. So yes, you would go under the little gear on your page where you have core bio spells, the little gear. Click on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think okay. Oh, Roll20 is frozen for me. That's part of the problem. All right, so then once you've clicked on that gear, there's 3 panels in the right-hand pane. Down at the bottom of it, you are looking for Launch Character Mancer Level Plus. And it will walk you through upgrading your character. Oh, I was looking at Sigils. I wasn't looking at Merlin. That's why. It helps if I look at the right character. Yeah. And it will help you choose features. Now, if you have a subclass that is not in the SRD for Roll20, I can help you with getting features added.
Okay.
Okay.
So Enigma, did you click on the launch character level plus charactermancer or launch level plus charactermancer?
Yeah, I'm in the character mancer right
You are.
now.
Okay, I'm just not seeing it. Oh, that's because again I was in your sheet, not in your character's sheet. Yes, you are. Okay. So go ahead and go through that. We'll see if we've got and this will give you a chance to then read through your new capabilities. So let's see, we have a wizard.
Are we rolling or taking average hit points?
Whichever way you like. If you take the average, it's a guaranteed number. If you roll, you have a chance to get more than that. You also have a chance to get less than that. So I will allow you to choose whether you want to roll or not.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the average. I don't trust
Okay.
my rolls right now.
Oh yeah, I might both.
The first time
I
a
have
roll's been
not
good to
taken
me.
both.
You just have to live with
So-
your choice. Yes.
I put my hit dice in the HP, and then roll or take average. Is that how I'm understanding it?
Okay, let me look at it. So you can either, so level 1 plus 1 brings you to level 2. So you can either click on the roll button or you can click on the average button, and either way it will then put a number in the box right next to hit points.
Because mine doesn't quite look like that.
Are you
Mine is just saying monk 1, and I can go up and down. It doesn't say 1 plus 1.
let's cancel Charactermancer and start it again.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay.
Nope, same thing. I mean, I could just set my class to 2.
Hang on, let me attempt to do this. This is Myrick, correct? Before I hit cancel?
Yes.
Alright, let me hit cancel there. And it's prompting me for something I can't see. Discard and exit. Okay, and then launch level plus Charactermancer. Next. Okay, so what do you see now?
I
You
still
should
don't see what you see.
Okay, are you looking at the levels screen?
Yeah.
And it says, has all your stats, and has hit points 23, has some text, says monk, level 1 plus 1 equals level 2?
No, and also now everything has become just a dash instead of my numbers. I think it's bugging out a little bit. I'll try and reopen it.
Alrighty, so, do you wish to take the average or to roll? I can enter this stuff for you. Do you wish to take the
Okay.
average or roll on? If you take the average, you will get 5 hit points. If you roll, you will get, as a monk, I think it's a D8. So you have
It
a
is
risk.
D8.
You have a risk of getting only 1, 2, 3, or 4, or you can get 5. You have a chance of getting 6, 7, or 8.
I will take the average.
Okay. So class features. You will gain Flurry of Blows. You will gain Key, which means we're going to start talking about some limits at this point. And so kind of you're going to want to read through some of your abilities as you do them. So you will be able to, you'll have this thing called Key, and you'll have the number of points equal to your level, and you'll be able to spend that. So for example, you could spend a key point, and you could hit twice as your bonus action instead of only once, for example. Or you could use your key point, and you could use your bonus action then to dodge, which means attacks against you would have disadvantage. So you'll want to read some of these things as they show up in your thing. Okay, so we can go next. Now, does it show it here? It describes your stuff, and your speed increases too while you are not wearing armor or wielding a shield. So that describes your abilities, and they're going to show up on your character sheet as well.
Yeah, I'm seeing some of it.
Okay.
It doesn't quite look like what you're
Okay.
seeing.
So I'm
but-
applying the changes. So now, if you look on your, it should be back to the core page.
One second. Yeah.
So in the right-hand panel, under Features and Traits, you can click to read the features, to expand the features, and you can read the features as to what they do.
I think I also skimmed them back when we first, like 3 weeks ago.
Right.
In the player's handbook.
Okay, excellent. Enigma, how are you doing?
I'm just reading over
Oh,
the
you're
features
choosing
right
a school.
Minutes.
now. I
Oh,
only have one to choose from.
You can also, if you want more time to read through the stuff, we can certainly you can certainly do this at your leisure and ask any questions, because we've got 3 folks here who can help, Amy, Amadorn, and myself. And if we get to a point and it helps, and like either Amy or Amadorn, if you need to have access to their sheets in order to assist them, I will absolutely grant that.
yeah. I will admit I have no experience with wizards in 5e, but
I've played a wizard if that helps.
Yeah. But
course.
also, Amy, you know how to read what it says and interpret
Yeah.
what it says if there's any questions on that too.
Yeah.
Okay. Deku, how are you doing?
It looks like I got my new hit points, my hit dice, and
Okay. And you got
my
your
channel divinity turn undead. But I think I need to add my domain
all right.
specific
Let me look
Yeah.
here.
because
Cleric, let's see. Yeah, because a Twilight cleric is not SRD. What do you gain at second level? You at second level you gain Twilight
channel divinity
Sanctuary.
Twilight.
Do
Yeah.
you have access to it where you can just copy and paste it in?
Yes, I have a physical copy of Tasha's Cauldron, so I can
Okay,
type it
so
in verbally.
yeah, that's a pain. Let me add this in. Because I have an electronic copy, so I can paste this stuff in. Source.
Grab divine favor.
Source. Alrighty, let's paste that in. There you go.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Okay. Take the command and cure wounds after that.
So, Enigma, do you have references that you need? There are references in the compendium here. For example, it's the little eye in a circle over in the menu above the chat window.
Changes.
Oh, okay.
And
not
so
know
you
that.
could like click on wizard and get that's the player's handbook version. That's not an SRD version. Where's an SRD? Wizard spells by level is in the SRD. Let's see. Where do we have? Hang on. I may be able to. I'm pretty sure I own a copy of the player's handbook. Let me go into the game settings. Settings. Can I share? I don't think I have. I don't think I'm sharing my compendium with any other game, so I think I can share my compendium. Let me share my compendium. Yes. Yes, I have an available slot.
Okay.
So I'm going to share it. Okay. Let me save the changes. Processing, please wait. All right. Do your search on Wizard again, Enigma. and see if you get more things that come up in the compendium, like the wizard
Yes,
class.
actually.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is a beginner's game. This is a place for me to share I have the ability to share the things that I own in Roll20, and I will do that here for the beginners. So yes, you should have access to more of this. So this has all the information about the wizard class. And I do want to start talking about things like spell slots. So you don't get to cast an unlimited amount of spells. You have spell energy, and each of the different magic classes has a different way of handling spells.
Charisma mod plus.
So when it comes to a wizard, whenever you find, and let me double check what, actually let me double check what class Aya is, because I think she is a wizard. Where do I have Aya?
Charisma modifier.
Aya Glenmere. Yes, she is a wizard. Do I have what's in her spell book? I don't. So what a wizard does, what a wizard does is you try and find if you encounter other wizards that have spells, there's a mechanism where you can copy spells that they have that are within levels that you can know into your spell book. And you have how many spell slots is how many that you have a certain number that you can prepare per day, and you have a certain number that you can then cast per day. And I will make sure that I write down what we've got there. Let's see. Enigma is you're an evocation wizard.
Yes.
Okay. I will make sure I have down exactly what your limiters are so that we can start playing with them next week. So you can start getting introduced to it. When you finish this, when you finish the Character Mancer, it will have, it'll update your sheet. And when that is done, I can help you walk through and learn how to do the limiters.
Even good.
And we might do that at the beginning of next one. Hi, Shirkana. We're just finishing up this stream. It's been kind of a quiet stream here, except for Amy, of course, doing a posture check, which is lots of fun. Again! Speaking of which. All right, Amy. All right. Stretch out to the ceiling. Look at something at least 20 feet away to rest your eyes. And sweep down and back. I can't even remember my own routine here. Sweep down and back. And tilt. Get some good length in that side. And tilt the other way.
Evil and good.
And twist. Oh, twisting feels really good on the spine.
Look at the smite.
Twist the other way. Amy, I don't hear you doing the posture check. You invoked it. You get to do it too. And then bend. Ugh. And drink. My cup is still empty, but I will drink as soon as I get off here.
Can you share the PHP with all of us, or just?
I should have shared with everybody in the lobby.
I'm only seeing SRD spells. Like, I'm searching.
Let me double check my settings. What did I do with
So
it?
it's like, the smites I have access to at this level aren't coming up in the compendium. Searing
Okay,
Thunderous
game
Grapple.
settings. Game settings. Okay, compendium settings.
And they're definitely PHP according to this.
Okay, share. Oh, somehow this got reset. Yes, share my compendium with players. Compendium selection. Choose which expanses are included. Okay. It's got Lost Mines of Fendelver, Monster Manual, Player's Handbook, Princess of the Apocalypse, Curse of Strahd, Tome of Beasts, Ghost of Salt March Follows. So this has several of them. Save the compendium settings. Okay, try again now. Let's see if I just didn't save it correctly. Save the changes there too.
I see. Eldritch Smite, that's new. Let's see.
Okay, so I've
Searing, yeah.
hit save in 2 different places in the settings.
Searing, Thunderous, and Wrathful. Compelled Duel also isn't in the SRD, but is in the player handbook.
Okay, so what are you? Let's see. You're looking under Paladin.
Yeah, I'm just pulling the entire Paladin list onto my sheet. Except Ceremony, because I'm not going to cast Ceremony, and it's Xanathar's.
Yeah, because I'm seeing. What does that? I'm seeing PHB, XGE, and SRD. If there's something that you want that you don't see on the list, let me know. I can copy and paste it in.
I'll grab Ceremony. Yeah, I've dealt with filling out character sheets before without compendium. It's just
Yeah, it's just I have access to electronic copies, so it's easier to cut and paste. Than just
do you have Tasha's?
not in. I have access to Tasha's. I do not have Tasha's in Roll20.
Okay, yeah, because I was grabbing I'm grabbing the blind fighting fighting style from Tasha's.
Yeah. Yeah,
'Cause
I have
the
access to
one part with the
Tasha's in
blind fight-
D&D Beyond, but I don't have it in Roll20. Okay, so
blind fighting-
Enigma, I see that you are still on the features page. Do you want to continue on this? Because you can come back and adjust things later if you like. Because it'll be easier to work. It'll be easier to make adjustments on your actual sheet rather than while you're still in Charactermancer.
I've already saved everything.
Oh, have you? Maybe it just isn't showing for me. Let me try opening your sheet again.
Okay, at second level, I have.
Oh, yes, I am seeing your sheet now, so it just didn't refresh for me. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Any questions or anything else here at this point?
I have a question, yes.
Please ask.
In terms of leveling up,
Mhm.
if I were to say, like, if I don't regret it, but let's say I decided that I didn't want to take the average and instead wanted to roll my HP, can I redo my level up?
Actually, the easier way to do that, once you've got it back to here, so the average for you was 5, I think, it listed?
Yes.
So you could roll a d8 in the chat window, and then you can modify on your actual sheet where it says hit point maximum and hit point total. You can actually edit it there.
Yeah,
Although
but like
if you choose to roll and you roll a lower number, I'm going to make you keep it.
Of course, I am satisfied with it, but like, is it possible to redo the level? Like, because I didn't really get a good look at the things.
It gets
and stuff.
complex. You could go backwards and then up one again, but it maintains your choices, and it's a useful tool. It's not a perfect tool, and if you want to do anything really it would be a lot easier to just simply roll and then do the adjustments directly on your character sheet.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I'm good.
Not
Okay.
to my knowledge.
I think I'm going to go ahead and close the stream for tonight. Thank you for anyone, Chaz, particularly Sharkana who came. Yeah, I'm going to. So hopefully we're on again next week. We've got this.
Crossing fingers.
Yeah, so we have 2 more family members to go after. So next week, the plan for next week is I want to try and do both of those other 2. We're going to have, I don't think there's anything else we're going to do right now as far as training stuff. Like this time we've gone through the rests and we've gone through the level ups, stuff like that. I'm planning to only play, so we should be able to get through both of those stories next week. And there will be another level up I'm pretty sure there's another level up after we complete those. No, there's one more thing before level up. Anyways, so next week we're gonna do less education and more just playing to practice with these skills that you've got. Sound good?
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm gonna say good night to the stream.